Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going to dive into Bitcoin, bigger the CoinsKid group. So this particular post that I tweeted on January 29th, consolidating a range, break the 1 fib, see you later, massive gigapump loading for Marsh right there. And we've got this beautiful move, look at that, consolidating a range, beautiful ascending triangle, high lows coming upstairs, a little bit of resistance on that top. Boom, and then broke out. This was an amazing opportunity right there for the CoinsKid crew, okay? So I do post a lot of these on Twitter. Obviously, I can't make a million videos every day. I do tend to just stick to Bitcoin and XRP. I will try and roll out more videos as and when I can, and I will do like a designated, CoinsKid gems going forward, try and spot these little setups. There's loads of setups at the minute, and, AI is absolutely blowing up as well. So I will start to keep you updated as best I can, but in the meantime, just follow me on Twitter because I'm posting all sorts of little altcoin gems setups on there, okay? And like I said to you, Bitcoin, it's like a big train that chugs along. It's difficult to get it moving, and when it does, usually what you see is Bitcoin go and then the altcoins follow, basically. So if Bitcoin can sort of consolidate in a range right now, potentially coming back to a key level support, and then it goes again, once it slows down, then you're going to see these altcoins break again, okay? If we have indeed found the lows, obviously, and equally with that, we do want to see the breakdown in DXY. So it's a good time going forward. Like I said to you, I do think that we could be looking at an impulsive move from 2022 into 2023, and it's going to catch everyone off guard. But anyway, do follow me on Twitter. I'm posting loads of little altcoin gem setups for the CoinsKid community right there, okay? Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now. Sorry, I meant to say the DXY chart right now. So this is DXY. I'm going to keep an eye on this every day. A lot of people say you shouldn't be looking at this, but I'll show you exactly why we're looking at this. So if we take a look at this, you can see the correlation here. What we've got in the DXY is a big God candle, and then what we had on the Bitcoin is a massive God candle as well. So there's an inverse correlation. As this is sort of bottoming out like this, you can see that this is sort of topping out like this, okay? So at the minute, we could say, okay, this potentially double bottom going to come up the stairs. This is some kind of double top, and it's going to come back down the stairs, okay? So it's inversely correlated. But what we need to see on the macro time frame is this up here, this remain bearish by turning into the weekly EMAs as resistance, and we need to see the bottom chart, which is Bitcoin, holding its EMAs on the weekly time frame as support. So that's the more of a macro outlook. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if we take a look at the weekly here, you can clearly see we've got resistance to the EMAs, and if we take a look at the bottom chart, which is Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see at the moment what we're doing. We've come up and we're consolidating between the EMAs. So we need to see this turn into resistance and drop, and we need to see this get back above the red line, which is a 55 EMA, which is the inverse to this being below this above this, and it means we were in a massive impulsive move here for Bitcoin. It really is that simple. So it's not decisive yet. There's no sort of trend that's decisive for me on Bitcoin at the minute. I know it's doing really well, but I want to see the macro outlook by starting to get back above that 55 and this consistently holding these EMAs as resistance. It really is that simple. So as soon as we start to see this, I think that Bitcoin is confirming that is your bottom. But until we start to see that, there is always a chance that this is found support. It's going to come back up above the EMAs. This is found resistance on the 55, not even quite that high, to be honest with you, a lower high than that swing high, and then boom, we drop again. So until we start to see this, that this is consistently below and this is consistently above, we're still in the realms of possibility that we could see another low on Bitcoin or a larger retracement than a lot of people anticipate right here for Bitcoin. So I want to be bullish. We are doing the legwork. We've got amazing legwork on Bitcoin at the moment. We're doing really well. I'm trying to find the trades for you on daily basis, ins and outs, bearish patterns, bullish patterns, or whatever, and I'm trying to find little opportunities on a daily basis. We've been nailing it so far, but what we need to see for the macro outlook is this stay below the EMAs with def crosses. We've got 1 and 2 right now, 20 and 10, like I keep reminding you. We've got the 10 and 55, so that's 2 def crosses. But what we want to see here is 2 bullish crosses. We've got a 10 and 20, which is amazing. We want to see the blue breaking through the red, which is amazing, which is inversely correlated to this def cross on the DXY. And then ultimately, we want to see the yellow line crossing the red line, which is the ultimate buy and go to the beach signal for Bitcoin. And then we want to see the ultimate def cross, which is the yellow line crossing the red line negatively, which is the ultimate def cross for the DXY. I think as soon as we start to see that, whenever it is, in time, whether it's this year, next year, whatever, that is just an amazing signal to see as an inverse correlation on these charts. So in my opinion, the dollar's coming down, it's running to resistance. If you get resistance again, you drop. This is confirming the bottom right here. It's a bit of a late signal potentially, but it still doesn't change the possibility that this could just be running to resistance before dropping. This has found support before popping, basically. So until we start to see the confirmation, I can't confirm to you that the bottom is in right now, okay? So anyway, we'll try and find the trades in and out on a daily basis as best I can. So let's take a look at yesterday's trade, okay? So looking at Bitcoin on the hourly time frame then, we got this lovely little inverse head and shoulders pattern. We got this lovely little short coming down, bullish divergence, pay yourself, okay? And at this point I was long back up into this resistance with my stop loss on this swing low. Like I said to you, I've paid myself on this neckline. This is a beautiful little technical target. It was met of a inverse head and shoulders pattern like this, coming up the stairs. Boom, look at that, beautiful. So always TP, you know, don't sit in a trade because it can reverse and you lose profit and things like that. So always have a TP set as well. Right now we have ran into resistance. Like I said to you yesterday, if we get some kind of top here, start to come back in a descending triangle and then drop again, I'll be a bit more inclined that this was just simply a correction back up to this high before another drop. Okay, now I think that, you know, we're looking at altcoins that are taking off into space at the minute. You know, certain little micro caps and things like that are really taking off into space. Now, like I've always said to you, buy big green candles, you get big red dildos. So I wouldn't not necessarily jump into those at the minute. Okay, I'll wait for some kind of cool off or pull back on anything that you're seeing taking off into space. Like I said to you, you want to see the structure, and that's what you do. You buy the support. Okay, so right now, if this thing does drop, and we could create some kind of reversal pattern here, and then we put another move into the downside. Yesterday I was forecasting this red line, but that has to change now because of this wick. So I was forecasting from this resistance here into this low, another 1618 down towards that red line, but now I've got to change that because you've wicked a little bit higher. So this is, you know, an outlook that I'm looking at as a potential another move down for Bitcoin, that you start to come down towards the 1618, and that would be my target down there, 22156. Possible. Now, it is possible that we have actually found the bottom just here, but to do that I need to see Bitcoin start to come up, okay, and take out that B wave high. If we do, then you've got a long once you break that resistance. Okay, so again, for me, what I'm looking for right now is a potential bearish pattern here, some kind of double top descending triangle. If I start to see this start to carve out some kind of lower high here coming back down, you know, if I start to see this, don't forget, this isn't the long-term outlook. This is simply a correction, a retracement, come back to support to come up and eventually break that high. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. These retracements are normal, they're healthy, they're part and parcel of going up and down. Okay, so the most bullish thing we can see here for Bitcoin is taking out that high just there. Okay, we take that high out, that could be an entry point for you because it's confirmation for me of the bottom right there. Until that, there always exists a possibility, you know, we found a top and we double top and we're coming down lower highs, and we just entered another impulsive move to the downside here. So it's all about the retracement and support that we find for the continuation of this potential impulsive move off the lows last year. Okay, so at this point, if we do start to see some kind of double top drop and we start to come back down, I would be looking for the 1618 bare minimum at 22156. So at the minute, I'm not in any trade. I've paid myself, I've gone short here, paid myself, I've gone long here, I've paid myself, and right now I'm sort of sitting in the wings on Bitcoin and waiting for it to do something in the charts here, create some kind of bullish or bearish pattern. You know, if you start to create a double top here and it starts to drop and lose this support like this, you come up and then you make a lower high and things like that, then I will be inclined to go short with my stop loss on the previous swing high. And this is something I teach you, okay, as a minimal risk trade right there. Remember, you can do all this on Bybit, you can go long, you can go short, you can trade in and out every day. I can see that the CoinsKid community is absolutely killing these trades. Okay, it's amazing. So right now, the invalidation of this, obviously, this is why I'm not in a trade, because this could have found a bottom here, starts to come up, holds its support, and then breaks this line. You know, you've got this beautiful uptrend structure, and this was some kind of just irregular flat correction, basically, where we've got an A wave, a B wave, we found a higher low, then this B wave bottomed out, like I said to you, and then boom, we break out. So it's all about taking out that B wave high right now. Okay, sort of sitting in the wings waiting for that. I think if you start to take that out, we're bullish basically, and it really is that simple. So until we start to see that, like I said to you, there always exists that this is the top of a retracement or, you know, correction back up to the highest from which we came, and we are still in this continual downtrend. So at this point right here, we have to see, you know, coming down, hold structure, create some kind of big reversal pattern and start to come up and take out that high right there. So, you know, I'm a little bit more biased towards the fact that this is still kind of corrective. This impulse here, it's not necessarily an impulsive move, it looks corrective to me. Okay, so you've got possibly, this is your low, you've got some kind of A, B, C wave, and right now you're coming back down like this. Okay, and this is just a correction back up to this high. If that is the case, we can drop the fibs on from this low and we can see exactly where it retraced to. So we've banged on the 0.5 fib, which is a nominal retracement level, so that, you know, this is increasing the possibility right now that we are coming back down the stairs, and this is a really good place to apply your stop loss and go short at this point, okay, for Bitcoin. So understand that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Thank you for support. Bye bye.